All right, I asked before, who's going to annoy you, or what's going to annoy you about this team? We have some answers, Murray. You have some candidates. What's going to annoy you about this team? Who's going to annoy you?
I have 4 names for you. We'll start with Linus Ullmark. There's bound to be some regression after last year, and it's not going to take much for me, and I think anyone that feels this way, to be yelling about how the Bruins should have sold high on this guy and traded his ass this offseason. And so if there's going to be a regression from Ullmark, which I think there's going to be because of the season he had, Vezina Trophy winner, all that, that's going to put more pressure on Jeremy Swayman. And so he's probably going to have to play more. If Ullmark sucks, I'm ready to be annoyed by Linus Ullmark this year.
Number 1 on my list.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah. Number 1. Absolutely. Number 1. Talk about if he were a stock, I would sell his ass right now like nobody's business. That one's going to plummet, I think. He had a great year last year, at least regular season. I feel like this year I only saw him in one preseason game, and he was horrible.
This next one's obvious. Milan Lucic, washed, proof of them living in the past. He's going to be a fan favorite to like Pink Hat Bruins fans. Yeah, Luch is back, and I'm just ready to be annoyed. Like, what's he going to add to this team other than living in the past and people pretending it's like 2011 all over again?
It's such a good one. I'm already annoyed by his presence. I mean, a dump on him. Seems like a decent enough guy.
Sure, absolutely.
And it's nothing personal. It's just, you're right.
It just felt unnecessary.
The overrating of the player because he drove someone on the Maple Leafs through the glass a million years ago and used to crack people in the back of their head. And it's like, oh, my God, he stopped being good at the end of his tenure here, and it's 7 years later. A big hack. And, again, I don't mean to be so vicious, but I just, like, oh, my God. And, the fans, you're right. You're so right about the Luch. Oh, my God,
Every
please.
time he touches the puck, Luch. Like, come on. You people are better than that, I thought.
He's number 4 on my list.
Already bugs the crap out of me. Good one. Next.
Next, Kevin Shattenkirk. And I'll put him in with Lucic, like another washed vet that it's like, I'm going to look at him. I know at points this season, like, why is he here? And last but not least, this all ultimately comes with Don Sweeney. Because I'm going to pay close attention to the team that is going to end up winning the Atlantic or be the top of the Atlantic, and that's the Maple Leafs, and the fact they now have Tyler Bertuzzi. And you couldn't have extended yourself to bring him back. He was a good fit here. 1 year, $5.5 million. He goes to Toronto. Just sign him to a longer-term extension. Make sure I really, really wanted Bertuzzi to be part of this team, and he's not, and I put that on Sweeney. So those are the 4 I'm ready to be pissed at.
Shattenkirk was also number 3 on my list.
Okay, you guys think alike.
So, and here's
Negative
why.
pricks.
So, Shattenkirk, do you realize his last 6 years in the league? Okay, he had one good year in there with Tampa. He played with Tampa 1 year. He was a plus 22, 34 points, whatever. But everybody's going to be plus with Tampa. So, I really don't know how good that even was. I'm just going by the numbers. It's not like I watched him every night. In the other 5 years of those 6 years, 2 with the Rangers, 3 with Anaheim, he was minus 66.
Jesus.
Minus 66. He's a third-pairing defenseman right now. He's going to start with Forborn.
So he's playing tonight.
According to Ty Anderson, had the defense pairings, and he's going to be the third-pairing guy.
Grzelcyk, McAvoy, Lindholm, Carlo, Forbort, Shattenkirk.
Correct. Okay, that is going to be a disaster. That's going to be I like Forbort. I can live with Forbort. I can't live with him and Shattenkirk. I think Shattenkirk's going to Shattenkirk himself. Is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be horrible. Okay, and the only other name I have on my list, because I carry a grudge, Lindholm. Lindholm's going to – there's nothing he can do in the regular season to make me feel better about him. Whoop-de-freaking do. Great. You're a veteran guy, and you can win in November and January. Congratulations. Terrific. I know you're going to crap yourself when you get to the playoffs again. It has happened both times. He doesn't have a single point, right? He has no points
Correct,
with the Bruins in 2 years in the playoffs.
Is that true?
No points. I think he's 0 for 11 games because he missed some time. Remember in that Carolina series, he got drilled by Svechnikov?
Sure.
Got knocked out. So he looked a little better later in that series, but 0 points in 11 games. He's going to piss me off all year long. He has no choice.